I experienced my first trauma at 15 years old, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I experienced severe depression and anxiety, and my goal at 15 years old was I wasn't going to make it to 16. I woke up every day saying to myself, I'm not gonna make it to 16. I continued to overdose and try to kill myself in and out of treatment centers and hospitals. And finally, at 16 years old is when I experienced my next trauma. A man broke into my house and sexually assaulted me. Everything came crashing down after that day. I had nowhere to turn. I wasn't able to go back to my old school because I had overdosed at school, so nobody could keep me safe. And that's when I was introduced to Logos.
Logos School is a safe place for children who are struggling. They really give a comprehensive approach to the family and the child who's struggling. And they do it so that they can equip the kids with coping skills so that they can be successful in life.
I think what makes Logos unique is we attack it from every front imaginable. I mean, we use the parents, we use the technology, we use therapeutic. You don't measure success in just one measuring stick. It can be a combinations of things. The first and foremost is they have to feel good about themselves and confident that they can move forward.
When I started Logos, I was so severely depressed that I didn't think that there was another option than just taking my own life. And then when I went to Logos, it was such an eye-opener that it was okay not to be okay, and everyone accepted you as you were.
The first day we walked in, we knew we were in the right place. The people there had such genuine compassion and love and willingness to do whatever they could to help our daughter, whom they had not even met yet. We knew that she would be safe there and she would get the help she needed, and she did.
Therapy is instrumental in students' success here. We are staffed with 12 therapists that is available, to do the one-on-one counseling, to do the group therapy, to do crisis support.
If I didn't have therapy, I wouldn't be able to do academics because I had to be there mentally to be able to get there academically. So that was number one for me. And that was taken care of at Logos with the therapist and one-on-ones. We had to get to the emotional issues and kind of peel back these layers for me to even focus on school.
Over time, as she began to use the therapy, as she began to make the adjustment to how we do things from an academic standpoint, she bought into the program, and we started to see that she was regulating herself better. She was one of those students that we began to see evolve for the positive right before our eyes.
And she started getting better, slowly, but she started showing signs of stability and started art projects and writing, and that became her coping skills for dealing with her depression. And it was kind of her way out. And so after high school, we couldn't believe it. She graduated from Logos School and she went to college.
When I graduated Logos, it was a completely different Kelsie. That's kind of when I felt empowered and confident and ready to conquer the world. It was like I had been given a whole new life and an outlook. I was in real estate for a little bit and was very driven. Everything was going great, had this work ethic and drive, and life was going beautiful. Like finally I was living. That was until I woke up at 19 years old and I couldn't move.
That led to another 34 hospital stays over the next 3.5 years. At one point we went to Cleveland Clinic and they diagnosed her with a rare autoimmune disease. And so now Kelsie found herself with a set of new problems.
I have relearned how to walk 7 times in the last 3 years. A year ago I was on oxygen. That was kind of the point in my life where I could have gone back into old behaviors, or I had to just hold on to that little bit of hope and strength that I had inside of me that I learned at Logos to keep going forward.
I can't tell you how many times I would walk into a hospital room with Kelsie all hooked up with a smile on her face and in pain, but smiling through it.
Medicine is keeping me alive. Whether that's the 57 pills I'm taking a day, the infusions I'm giving myself weekly, or the every other doctor's appointments, the goal is to stay alive. I knew through all of this challenge and all of this hardship that there was like this fire in my soul that was like, I am supposed to be here for a reason. I'm not the only one struggling. I'm not the only one that's fallen in life. We all have a comeback story, and I'm all about just spreading that light and hope to others.
I heard her say one time that in the deep of the unknown, I held on to hope. When she felt like everything else was taken away from her, she didn't let go.
If I had not gone to Logos, if I had not gone through the hardship and learned, the coping skills and all of the life lessons I did learn at Logos, and then I got sick at 19, I believe I wouldn't be here. I 100% believe Logos saved my life.
If you want to make a difference in a child's life, then support Logos School. Logos not only helps kids, but it saves lives. And I am here to tell you that Logos School saved my daughter's life.
There's so many kids out there that sit in darkness today, deep in depression, and they need support of therapy and academics combined. Be that light for them. Support Logos School and continue to save kids' lives.